Guy Kestevan, lead tester, What Mountain Bike Trail Bike of the Year 2012. Trek's Evergreen Fuel EX8. It's a very proven platform you've seen before. It's been a trail bike of the year before. Proves that a Leopard can change its spots with some crucial differences in the suspension and the geometry of the bike, bringing it bang up to date. It's like a head angle is the main change. It's not something that Trek are alone in doing. Throwing the front wheel a bit further out front lets the bike self-correct. If you get into trouble, the bike starts fishtailing around. It's more likely to straighten up rather than it is to tuck under. Means more confidence at speed, means more confidence in steep stuff. Relatively long stem, they haven't gone for a short stem to match it, but the bar width's good enough to give you the extra leverage you need to control it. As fundamentally, as a 120mm bike, most people are going to be looking for a bike that can climb well. This is a bike that's very technically capable for 120mm travel. These are big old tyres, labels as 2.2, but the actual volume is probably close to what most tyre manufacturers' catalogues would be a 2.4. The Bontrager Rhythm Comp rims wider than a normal rim. And they could have gone for a lighter wheel spec, but this is a far more durable, far more trail applicable wheel set, and it typifies what Trek are doing with this bike. DRCV concentric pivot at the rear. It reduces suspension jack significantly compared to a lot of linkage systems. Magnesium Evo link, single piece, very light but very stiff, keeps the whole back end, front end tied together. Proprietary DRCV shock. It's a dual chamber shock. Roughly halfway through the travel, you're operating with a small shock chamber, which gives a tighter feel for better pedalling response. And then as it ramps up and starts to get a little bit stiff, it's a very seamless transition, but opens up much better big hit capability than you get for a 120mm bike. Internal cable routing in part, keeps things a bit neater. Spare cable guides under the top tube for a dropper post, which is another obvious upgrade. And up front, new for this year, DRCV fork, dual chamber fork. If we're honest, not totally convinced by the technology up front because the fork has to do a very different job to the rear suspension. If you're going to ride this fork a lot, it's something, the feel of it is something you'll get used to, and it's certainly not enough to stop this bike being one of the top rated trail bikes you can buy in 2012. So it's a bike you can ride hard. It's a bike that deserves the geometry upgrade it's had this year, and you can properly smash this down stuff.